Paul Finck here. This is Maverick Highlights, and this is Maverick Mondays, I should say. And this is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. We are here to talk about what's going on in your life, what's going on for you for 2020. We are in the end game here. This is the end of this century. This is the end of this decade. And we're in the last month. Now what? What do you have planned for 2020? What is it that is going to move you to a whole nother level? This is Paul Finck, and we are the Maverick community. And what does the Maverick community mean? It means that everyone here in the Maverick community, we look to step up our game, look to create a bigger play for ourselves. Always looking for the future as to where we can go, what we can be doing, and how we can move ourselves to be the highest, the ultimate of who we are, the ultimate potential of what we have, the ultimate potential of what we can do in our life. Hi, everyone. The absolute key is doing it different. Do today differently than you did yesterday. Think differently, act differently, behave differently, engage differently than you ever have before. Engage differently tomorrow than you did today. Engage differently next week than last week. Engage differently next month than last month. And really key now as you plan for 2020, how are you going to engage at a higher level for 2020 than you ever did for 2019? Than you ever did in your whole career. What's next? What is the next level for you? I talked about and I posted never, ever, ever stop. Keep moving forward. That's what Mavericks do. That's what living's all about. That's what creation and creating the best possible life is how can we create something that just tops who we are, tops what we've done, tops what most people do. See, what makes Mavericks different is that we do think in this way, that we look to be our ultimate best, and it means reflection, absolutely looking at what happened in the past so that we know where to go in the future. So that we know where our direction is by analyzing, well, what have we done in the past? What's worked? What hasn't worked? Keep doing what's working, eliminating what hasn't worked, improving, shifting, changing. That's how we do it. And so one of the components, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've got planned for 2020. First of all, we're ending this year with the bang. Before we talk about 2020, let me talk about some of the current. We've got, I've been a writer and an author, best-selling international author for some time now. Matter of fact, my first international bestseller went live way back over 10 years ago now, almost 11 years ago. And our next international bestseller, which will actually be my 10th, which is coming out in just a few days, December 6th, we're going to launch. Well, this is Be a Success Maverick, and this is number 1 or volume 1. Well, now we are coming out with volume 2, which is launching December 6th. We've got so many great people that are going to be involved in this. What this is a collection of inspirational stories of just magnificent game plans as to how Mavericks have done it different to create extraordinary results, and how you can copy some of their techniques, strategies, their formula for success, and create it for yourself. So this is volume 1. Look for volume 2 coming out in just a few days. So December 6th, somewhere around 12 o'clock, we're going to be launching that. Absolutely be ready. We're going to be sending out some announcements as to what to do to get your copy and to get your Kindle version, etc., really inexpensively for the launch and really make it work. So we're going to be doing that, and wait till you see all the people that are in volume 2. Volume 1 had a whole group of people you're going to love. So you can also get an opportunity to go see volume 1 and check it out. You can check it out online. You can check it out with our website, etc. So absolutely. And volume 2 is coming out. So that's what's going on now. We're ending with a bang. We've got another great event down in Orlando in just a few days, December 6th, 7th, and 8th. So yes, we're launching it and we're driving it to bestseller right live. And then we're going to have a book signing on December 7th with a whole bunch of the authors that are in the book. So it's going to be a great time for all of you that are even thinking about going. Absolutely, this is your chance. Come hang out with us in Orlando, December 6th, 7th, and 8th. This is a great opportunity. You don't have tickets, go ahead and direct message me right here on Facebook, and I'll take care of you over the next couple of days, take care of you this afternoon, and make sure that you have all the opportunity in the world to get there and be a part of this. So that's some of what we're doing. We've got a big event coming up. We've got our launch of our newest book, driving me to 10 times international best-selling author, and many of the authors that are in there are going to be a multi-time bestseller with this book. However, we also have some new people that have just joined the author family, if you will, and of course the Maverick Millionaire Publishing House family, who are going to be so excited to see their book drive to bestseller as well. Now, and I'll tell you, the magnitude of what we've done for 2020, we're going to be coming out with volume 3 of Be a Success Maverick. For all of you that are interested in being a part of this journey, absolutely contact me. Go to just direct message me at this point and come find out how you can be a part of volume 3 of Be a Success Maverick. We also, and here's some real exciting news, we are going to be celebrating my 15th year as a speaker, trainer, coach. 15 years doing this, inspiring people all around the world to step up their game, to be the best that they can be, and to teach the detailed skill sets on what it really takes to be a huge success, what it really takes to magnify your results, magnify your efforts, just leverage time, money, and people, and really create a magnitude in your world. So I teach all those techniques and strategies, and primarily you're going to find that at the 3-day boot camp, and then the rest of the story, because we coach group one-on-one, we coach and have great mastermind group, which you'll meet at the boot camp as well. And so all this is happening during 2020. We're actually going to be celebrating not just my 15th year as a coach, speaker, trainer. We're also going to be coming out with, well, the 50th, that's right, 50th boot camp is going to be happening during 2020. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've done over 250 boot camps across the country and around the world. And now we're going to celebrate number 50 of my own Maverick boot camp. And so that's real exciting. In addition, also have my flagship book. I want to share with you all the techniques and strategies, some of the key components that I know that I've been living with and that most of our Mavericks have been living with over these years, and what's really created success. And I want to share with you all that information in a place that you can grab hold of it real easy. And so the flagship book for the Maverick community will be coming out in 2020 as well. I'm in the middle of writing that right now. The 50th boot camp, the flagship book. We're going to be coming out with volume 3 of Be a Success Maverick. We're going to be coming out with another couple books. I already know of at least 4 other books that I'm going to be a part of for 2020. Oh, by the way, we also have new technology coming out. Can you imagine a Maverick app that has all this information and more just centered right on your phone? Imagine all the components that we can bring to the table when we're in direct communication with each other. We're also going to be doing a couple other really cool technology moves with our Maverick community that you want to be a part of. So absolutely come hang out. How do you hang out? You come and take some time with all of us, spend some time live. I will tell you, in this information world, in this high-tech world, nothing beats one-on-one communication. Nothing beats spending that time with each other live, belly button to belly button. I said that to someone, some of the younger generation in our community, and they were like, what the heck does that mean? Years ago in my sales training, we talked about belly button to belly button. And what that means is you're meeting people face to face, eyeball to eyeball, belly button to belly button touching, and really connecting. That's key. Come hang out live with us. Come spend the time with us. That's how we really get deep, really communicate, and go deep with your business and your life. See, I believe there's one life. There's one key component. We are meant to have one life, not compartmentalized. We used to do that. Go way back in the millennium, we had one life. Our community, our family, everything happened together. Then we got busy. We got into our modern society and everything started to become compartmentalized. I remember way back when my clients never knew my family. My family never knew my clients. I would be different people in different places. I teach that to live one life. It's so much easier, so much more enjoyable, where my clients and my friends and my family are all one. It all becomes a unit. It all becomes just congruent and cohesive. So that no matter where you see me, I'm the same person because I'm just living life. I'm not in business mode or personal mode. I'm living life and living life large. And so I teach that and communicate that and share with you how you can do the same. The techniques and strategies that really make the difference to make that a part of your life. See, it didn't just happen happenstance. It didn't just happen because, oh, I was wishing it one day. I have the life because I planned it out step by step, strategically over time. That I laid out a game plan, knew where I wanted to go, and then followed the path to get there. Really key components. And what we experience when you come live, come hang out with us. You're interested, go ahead and direct message me. You're in another space, another time. Look for me on the internet. I'm everywhere. Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. All that being said, what is your plan for 2020? I've been talking about my plans, talking about what I'm doing, where I'm going. What are your plans? What are you doing for 2020? I want you to share some of your plans below. What's your inspiration? Where are you going? What are you going to do different for 2020 that you've never done before? What is that will really make your life exciting? Where you grow to your fullest potential, where you create a magnitude of where you want to go, what you want to do. What are your plans for the next chapter in your life? Got a couple people talking to us. Transparency today is key. People truly want to be doing business with people they know, like, and trust. It's all about being your authentic self. Yeah, I've talked about authentic self. I will say that there's a ton of people who talk about being their authentic self who are anything but authentic, which always gives me pause. Whenever you've got to say, oh man, I'm being authentic, it usually means that there are other times when you're not. So I'm a little bit cautious about that word and how much it's being used these days. I just tend to live life and tend to be just me. And you like me, great. You don't like me, I get it. I'm not for everybody. And I'm just me. The authenticity, though, I will say, I am not here to share with you, every nuance. Oh, I got a hangnail today, or I had a zit I had to pick today, or yet some people mistake just having no filter whatsoever as being authentic. I don't believe that's really the term. I will say that I'm the same, that I don't look to complain to my family members either. It's not what building loving relationships is all about. And so if you're looking for a whole lot of complaining about life, that's not what's going to happen here, although so many people say that that's authentic. What I know you mean is just being real, just being here for all my community, and they know you come and hang out with me. You can ask me anything. You can. I'll pull back the curtains. I'll open the door. Whatever you think is behind that curtain, I will show you the real deal on what's there and how you can engage with the real world. What do I mean by that? I think most people walk around with blinders on. They walk around, they've got a certain mindset, they've got a certain awareness of how the world works. And most of the time, there's blind spots that are going on in their world. They're not aware of how things happen, whether it's in a particular industry, in a particular business, or even how networks work, how communication works, how people respond. I've got a background in psychology. I was trained to be a clinical psychologist. I also then studied neurolinguistic programming and hypnotherapy, all studies on how the brain works and how we communicate and engage with one another. And then I've been an entrepreneur for nearly 35 years, really learning how business models work and how the world operates and maneuvers. And I've been playing a very high game over the last 15 years that has really given me a whole nother level of education. And that's what I look to share, look to inspire others to step into the world. Sometimes I look at the world like I'm in the looking glass, where everything seems to be a little upside down. What I used to think was it, what I used to think was the way the world works, I've learned isn't. And I've learned that there's whole levels of how the world operates that most people aren't aware of. I look to educate, I look to inspire and pull back the curtains so that people can really see what that looks like. This is what the Maverick world is all about. So come hang out, come join, and watch what happens. I will absolutely warn you, however, you come hang out with me, you come hang out with the Maverick community, and some of the belief systems that you hold dear, some of the mindsets that you believed were, yes, that is, aren't really, and watch when we start shifting, when I start talking to you about, here, take a look. Let me connect the dots for you. What does that look like? And I make sure that you see them step by step. I help you see all that. So we're talking about 2020. We're talking about what's next in your world. What could you be doing in your environment to really create another movement for you? What do you have planned? Now's the time. We're in the last month of the year, last month of the decade. What is it for you? What do you have planned? What do you want to accomplish? Go ahead and share that right here. I want to know, and I want to see how I can help you reach those plans, reach those goals, make all that happen for you. It's what I do. It is my purpose in life, is to help others reach their goals while I'm reaching mine. That's what I do every day. So I've got great plans. I've got huge dreams about what's going to happen in 2020 and over the next decade for myself and my internal team, as well as my Mavericks. Share with me what's yours. What do you have going on? Hey, Barry, welcome aboard. And we've got a whole bunch of people here. Hi, everyone. Luana, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for the input. And Robin and Christine, Terry, all you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And want to share with you that we're flying out. We're going to be down in Orlando over the next week. I've been all over the country. I'll be in California later on this week. Oh my gosh, we've got more stuff going on. Anyone in the California, on the West Coast, I'm going to be out in San Diego later on the 12th, 13th, and 14th in San Diego area. Anybody that wants to connect up, I'll be there for several days with some kick-ass stuff going on out in California. Anyone in the San Diego area especially, but anyone that want to travel over and see me 12th, 13th, and 14th of December in San Diego, direct message me as well, and I'll get you some great information so you can join and hang out with me and spend some time. Some of it, there's a small cost, some of it's for free, and just amazing stuff that we're going to be doing while we're doing book signing, launching another book, and promoting some great technology all simultaneously. So great stuff. Absolutely make sure that I'm with you. Anybody else that can be a part of all of this, this is great. Absolutely share more. Authenticity, yes, Luana. Authenticity is being used a lot. However, in my opinion, men are more apt to show you who they are. Men are more apt than women. Interesting. On the converse, women tend to struggle with being able to show up and say, this is me, and be okay with who we are and what we do. There are many studies on, wait, I got to expand out. There are many studies on how the societal and value programming, yes, no question, culture just messes this all up, has not afforded women the avenues of free expression. Therefore, finding one's authenticity, authentic self is the first step to growth and impact. My soapbox. Yes. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I will say, and it's fascinating to me when we separate out men and women, when we separate out races, when we separate out cultures. I am a mutt in many different regards. Also grew up in just a melting pot of New York City. And so what I've experienced is, man, there's ways that our society has really hurt people across the board, whether it's men and women, whether it's cultural, societal. There's a whole lot of ways in which we've kept people in a isolation and in a box. I look to break free of all of that. Absolutely, just destroy the box entirely. Make sure no one's in a box. Men, women, children, elderly, every race, creed, color. One of the great things about our Maverick community, it is like the United Nations. It's been quoted. And we are just a multicultural melting pot of magnificent people that are looking to change the world and make sure that we're not pigeonholed, that we're not identified in any one particular way, that we are people, that we are humans. That's all that matters. The rest is just a whole lot of stuff that our culture and our society has created for us to live within. Don't let that happen. I will say that I know men that have also feel like they can't express themselves, and everyone has had their own version of that. I believe that now it's our choice. One of the key components and one of the key lessons that I start off with as people come into the Maverick community is understanding that you have a choice, that each and every one of you has a choice to live the life that you want, regardless of what the society says, regardless of what your parents, your neighbors, your workforce, your industry, regardless of what our community says. We have a choice to do, to say, to act, to behave as we see fit, as we believe is true for us, as we believe is effective for us. That's a choice. Most people aren't even aware that they have the ability to make that choice. So one is the awareness. Create the awareness that you can choose. You can choose any life that you want. The second step then is to decide, do I want to buy into the belief systems, the mindsets, the societal dictation that has been put on us? Or do we want to make up our own? Do we want to create our own? Do we want to decide what we want and then do it? You see, we all have a choice. We have a choice to make that happen. I've been living outside the box for a long time. I've been an entrepreneur. I graduated from college and I've never once used my degree. At least haven't had to show my diploma to anybody ever, because it's never been part of what I've done. I've worked for myself and built up business after business, career after career, and created an abundant life in doing so. What I know is that every step of the way I lived outside of the box, what I've learned is that I still had some parameters, and it's only been pretty much over the last 10 years that I've learned to explode those parameters way past anything that I ever imagined. Now it's your turn. Now it's your chance to do the same. In this time of year, it's a great time to really evaluate what you've been doing, reflect on your past, and decide you want something different. Decide the life that you really want to be excited about, the purpose for being, and then go after it. This is your time to plan, to get focused, to decide. Got a lot of people commenting and talking about my travels, and anybody that's interested in San Diego, absolutely let me know. Anybody who still is interested in coming to Orlando in just a couple days, absolutely let me know, and I'll send some information. 2020, want to plan for 2020, a 2-3 day event here in Phoenix. Yes, we can do that. Maybe with a co-host, would love to, and Kat will definitely be talking about that. I can really help you out with figuring out how that could operate and how we could collaborate. If you were referring to me, I just make assumptions, of course. And destroying the box, definitely the Maverick mindset. Love it. We do have a choice. We have to decide, and every single one of you get to decide. Man, 2020 is coming. Make it the world that you really want. Make it your life that you really want. Talk about time and really reflecting on the time that we have here in this world, and realize that is so short. Although I plan to be living a long, long, long time, it's still a short amount of time for what we could be accomplishing. So consider, you're going to last forever. However, you want to accomplish and really make your mark on this world. What are your last days? What are you going to be reflecting on? Are you going to reflect on woulda, coulda, shoulda, if only I took action, if only I listened to that guy, Paul Finck, the Maverick millionaire, and actually decided to shift my life, actually decided to live up to my fullest potential? What if? Or are you going to say, man, am I glad I did? Man, do you remember that day? Do you remember the moment when I decided to step up? I remember going back around 17, 18 years ago now. I decided I was going to step up, that I was going to be a different person, and not, internally I still feel the same. However, I know that I've moved my line, grown to a much higher level than I ever imagined, and exploded the box that I had originally been in. And now I continue to make sure, test the line, test the barriers, to make sure that I keep moving it, keep shifting, keep changing, so that there's never a box that forms around me. Because I want to be able to look back at my life. I want to be able to look back at my last days and look back at what I've done and say, yes, I lived the life I wanted to. I lived the life that I was really meant to live. What are you doing? Consider it. This is your chance. Got a new line in the sand. It's called 2020. Live into that space. This is Paul Finck. This is the Maverick Monday, and this is the Maverick Millionaire wishing you all happy New Year as we go through this last few weeks into the glorious 2020. And I know I'm a little bit premature in wishing you that, only I'll tell you, now's the time to be thinking, what's that going to look like? Take care now. Talk to you then, and talk to you soon. Till next time, everyone.